Hang on just a minute. Mother! Mother!
Yes, dear?
Telephone.
Oh, no, dear, not all of them in there. Sound I'm busy.
But Mother, it's the society editor of the Evening
Oh, the
News.
society editor. She's very important. Why, hello, Miss Ellerby. Yes, Vita Louise Simmons. Why, yes, a tea reception for the members of the Wednesday Forum. You might say, oh, program tea. Oh, well, you know, my mother, the late Marcella Down, pioneer, cultural leader, she came here by Oxy as a child, and she got to the Wednesday Forum.
Oh, how many would you say? 75 at least, but say 100.
75. Miss Tewksbury is the soloist, accompanied by Wilton McCurdy, as company is.
Come on, Miss Tewksbury's almost finished with her number.
Oh, she'll do an encore.
What if they don't give her a lot of applause?
I've known her for years. She'll do an encore. You might say I'm entertaining this is my daughter, Miss Myrtle May Simmons. Oh, what color would you call that?
Red or rose, they told you.
Miss Myrtle May Simmons looks charming in a modish Rancho rose-toned frame, picked up at the girl with a touch of a magenta on apple. No, I wish you could see her, Miss Ellen.
Mother, please, she's almost finished. Where's the cateress?
Everything's ready. As soon as she's finished singing, we open the dining room doors and begin pouring. The parlor and halls are festooned with smile lads. Yes, the festoon. That's right, Miss Ellerby. This is the first party we've had in years. Well, yes, there is a reason, but I don't want it in the papers. We all have our troubles, Miss Ellerby. Oh, yes, Liz, of course.
Mother, come.
If you'll excuse me, Miss Ellerby, I'll call you back later.
Mother, Mrs. Chauvenet just came in.
Oh, Miss Eugene Chauvenet, Sr. Her father was a scout of Buffalo Bill.
So that's where she got that hat.
Well, Myrtle May, you must be nice with Miss Chauvenet. She is a grandson about your age.
But what difference will it make from Uncle Elwood?
Oh, remember, we promised not to talk about that this afternoon. The point of this whole party is to get you started. We work through those older women to the younger group.
But we can't have anyone here in the evenings, and that's when the men come to see you. In the evenings. The only reason we can even have this party this afternoon is because Uncle Elwood's playing the piano at the 4th Avenue Firehouse. Thank God for the firehouse.
I know, they'll just have to invite you out and won't hurt them one bit. Oh, Myrtle, you've got so much to offer. I don't care what anyone says. There's something sweet about every young girl. The man takes that sweetness and look what he does with it. But you got to meet somebody, Myrtle. That's all there is to it.
And if I do, they say, that's Myrtle May Simmons, Uncle Elwood P. Dowd, the biggest screwball in town. Elwood P. Dowd and his pal.
You promised?
All right, let's get them into the dining room.
Oh, now remember, when the ladies come in here, you can hear little welcome speech on behalf of your grandmother. Be sure to do this.
And after that, I mention my Uncle Elwood and say a few words about his pal, Harvey. Damn Harvey!
Myrtle May Simmons, that's right. Let everybody in the Wednesday Forum hear you. You said that name. You promised you wouldn't say that name. You said it.
Sorry, Mother, but how do you know Uncle Elwood will come out and introduce Harvey to everybody?
Oh, this is unkind of you, Myrtle May. Your Uncle Elwood is the biggest party I have. Even if people do call him peculiar, he's still my brother. And he won't be home this afternoon.
Oh, you're sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Why can't we live like other people?
Oh, must I remind you again, Myrtle May? Elwood is not living with us. We are living with him.
Living with him and Harvey. Did grandmother know about Harvey?
You know, I thought I didn't want to about that. She never wrote me if she did.
Why did she have to leave all her property out to Uncle Elwood?
Well, I suppose it was because she died in his arms. People are sentimental about things like that.
You always say that. It doesn't make any sense. She couldn't make out the will after she died, could she?
Oh, don't be didactic, Myrtle May. It's unbecoming and men loathe it. Now, don't forget to wave your hand.
I'll do my best.
Oh dear, Mr. Sweary's voice is certainly fading.
But not fast enough.
Lovely, Mr. Sweary, perfectly lovely. I loved it.
Excuse me a moment. I have to answer the phone. Make yourself comfortable, Harvey. Hello. Oh, you've got the wrong number, but how are you anyway? This is Elwood P. Dowd speaking. I'll do. Well, thank you. And what is your name, my dear? Elsie Greenewald. Harvey, it's a Miss Elsie Greenewald. How are you this evening, Miss Greenewald? That's fine. Yes, my dear, I would be happy to join your club. I belong to several clubs now. The University Club, the Country Club, and the Pinochle Club at the 4th Avenue Firehouse. I spend a good deal of my time there, or at Charlie's Place, or over at Eddie's Bar. And what's your club, Miss Greenewald? I get the Ladies' Home Journal, Good Housekeeping, and the Open Road for Boys for 2 years for $6.25. It sounds fine to me. I'll join. How does it sound to you, Harvey? Harvey says it sounds fine to him also, Miss Greenewald. He says he will join too. Yes, 2 subscriptions. Mail everything at his address. I hope I will have the pleasure of meeting you sometime, my dear. Harvey, she says she wants to meet me. When would you like to meet me, Miss Greenewald? Why not right now? My sister seems to be having a few friends in, and we would consider it an honor if you could join us. My sister would be delighted. 343 Temple Drive. I hope to see you in a very few minutes. Goodbye, my dear. She's coming right over. Harvey, don't you think we'd better get freshened up? Yes, so do I.
Check on my dresser.
Mother, Mrs. Chauvenet, she's asking for you. Here's Mother, Mrs. Chauvenet. Here she is.
Peter Louise Simmons, I thought you were dead.
No, I'm very much alive, thank you.
And this full growth girl must be your daughter. I've known you since you were a baby.
I know.
What's your name, dear?
Oh, this is Myrtle May Aunt Ethel, named for the 2 sisters of her father. He's dead, that's what confused you.
Where's Elwood?
Oh, Edward could be here today, Aunt Ethel. Can I get you some tea?
Elwood's in here?
No.
Oh, shame on him. That was the main reason I came. I want to see Elwood.
Oh, come there, love. I'd be delighted to speak with you.
Do you realize, Vita, it's been years since I've seen Elwood.
No, where does the time go?
But I don't understand it. I was talking to Mr. Chauvenet only the other night. What on earth is supposed to happen to Elwood now? He never comes to pub dances anymore. I haven't seen him on a horse show in years. Does Elwood see anybody these days?
Oh, yes, Aunt Ethel. Edward sees somebody.
Oh, yes.
Your Uncle Elwood, child, is one of my favorite people. Always has been.
Yes, I remember.
Is Elwood happy, Vita?
Yes, Aunt Ethel. Edward's very happy you need for him on Elwood. Oh, why, there's Mrs. Ray coming. Just come in. Don't you want to speak to her?
Fine. She was frightful. I thought she was good.
Oh, no. If you think she looks badly, you should see him.
I must talk them over. She was frightful. I thought she was good. Now we have tea, Vita.
Oh, yes, certainly. You'll forgive me. I will teach you.
Elwood. Elwood, Dad. Bless your heart.
And Ethel, what a pleasure to come in and find a beautiful woman waiting for me.
Oh, Elwood, you haven't changed.
Well, come along, Aunt Ethel. It must miss the party.
Yes, this punch if you don't like tea.
I do like tea. Stop pulling at me, too. Elwood, was I there to be king of the dinner?
Any night, at all, and Ethel, I would be delighted.
Edward, there's mail for you today. I left it upstairs for you in your room.
one moment. You're sending me this way. Come along, Harvey. Oh,
Go right in, Harvey. I'll join you in a minute. And Ethel, I can see you are disturbed about Harvey. Please don't be. He stares like that at everybody. But he likes you. I can tell. He likes you very much.
Some tea, perhaps? I'm not right now. I think we'll be running along.
But,
I'm so sorry. I'll be talking to you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, where are you going?
up to my room, he's introducing Harvey to everybody. I can't face those people now. I wish I were dead.
Oh, come back here. Stay with me. We'll get it back upstairs to the room.
I won't do it. I can't.
Run away. Now, stand right here and pretend I'm fixing our corsage. Oh, Mother. Hurry not to. Pretend we're having a gay little chat. Keep looking. Catch signs, help me. You always hope when I follow. Now then, do you see him yet?
No, not yet. How do you do, Mrs. Cummings?
Oh, smile, okay? You have you cried. I'm smiling. He's my old brother.
Oh, Mother, people get run over by trucks every day. Why can't something like that happen to Uncle Elwood?
Colonel May Simmons. I'm ashamed of you. This thing is not your uncle's fault. That's Sophie. Keep looking, keep smiling.
Mrs. Cummings is leaving. Harvey, oh, God.
Hello, dear Louis Simmons. Johnny, tell me the clothes you have on. What have you on? Who is it? Well, I don't know any Miss Greenwald. Shut you what? May I ask who invited Mr. Town? Well, thank you just the same, but I do believe there's been a mistake. Well, I never was. One of your Uncle Elwood's friends. She asked if she should bring a quart of gin to the Wednesday forum.
There he is. He's talking to Mrs. Halsey.
Oh, sorry, ma'am.
What a thing to ask. How can I tell? How can anybody tell Uncle Elwood?
Okay, look, dear, can I see you for a moment? I promise you, your Uncle Elwood has disgraced us for the last time in this house. I'm going to do something I've never done before.
What did you mean just now? You said this was Uncle Elwood's fault. It's not his fault. Whose fault is it?
Never you mind. I know exactly whose fault it is. Now, keep your chin up and head back in there as though nothing had happened.
You're no match for Uncle Elwood.
You'll see.
Oh, Mother's waiting for you.
Elwood, can I have a moment, dear?
Of course. Excuse me, Harvey.
Oh, Elwood, would you mind terribly waiting here for me until the party's over? I have something I need to discuss with you. It's very important.
Of course, sister. I happen to have a little free time right now, and you're welcome to always be there. Do you want Harvey away too?
Yes, Elwood, I certainly do.
Sit down, Harvey. You wanted to talk to us. She said it was important. I bet she wants to congratulate us on the impression we made at the party. Ah, Jane Austen. Yeah, Jane Austen. Limited edition. Rawson Dunlap. Deluxe edition. The usual acknowledgements. Chapter 1.
This is O.R. Simmons, 343. Drive, is that right?
Oh, yes. It's all bubbly puppet. The Martin race there. It's our home.
And you wish to ask your brother here at the sanitarium. Your brother's name?
It's. Oh! He stayed at home with Mother. He was a great home boy. He loved his home.
And you have him with you now?
Oh, yes, he's in a taxi cab down in the driveway. I gave the driver $1 to watch him, but I didn't tell him why. You can't tell these things with strangers.
Mr. Wilson, would you step down to the taxi in the driveway and ask Mr. Darrow if he would be good enough to step up to number 24 Kathleen G?
Yes, Jim?
This is his sister, Mrs. Simmons.
How do? Why, certainly. Be glad to escort him.
Thank you.
The rates here, Mrs. Simmons, are printed on this card.
Oh, that will all be taken care of by my mother's estate. The late Marcella Penny Dow, Judge Jackson is our attorney.
Then we'll see if Dr. Sanderson is here.
Dr. Sanderson. I want to speak to Dr. Trumley himself.
Oh, no, Mrs. Simmons. Dr. Chumley doesn't see anyone. Dr. Sanderson is the one who sees everyone.
Oh, he's still the head of this institution, isn't he? He's still a psychiatrist, isn't he?
Still a psychiatrist. Dr. Chumley is more than that. He is a psychiatrist with a national reputation. Whenever anyone has a mental breakdown, they at once think of Dr. Chumley.
That's his office right over there, isn't it? Well, you march right on in and tell him I'm here. When he knows who's out here at once, he'll come right out.
Oh. No, Mrs. Simmons, I couldn't do that. I'd be discharged if I did.
Well, I don't like to be pushed off onto any second fiddle.
Dr. Sanderson's nobody's second fiddle. He's young, of course, and he hasn't been out of medical school very long, but Dr. Chumley tried out 12, kept Dr. Sanderson. He's really wonderful. To the difference.
Very well, tell him I'm here.
Very well.
Dear, oh dear. Dear, isn't this wonderful? Oh!
Mrs. Simmons?
Oh, dear, you startled me. I didn't hear you come in. You're Dr. Sanderson?
Yes, please be seated.
Oh, of course. I hope you don't think I'm chucky like that all the time, but
Of course not. Now, Miss Kelly tells me you're concerned about your brother. Now, does it? Would he have?
Oh, yes, Doctor, it's... Please. Oh, this isn't easy for me, Doctor.
Naturally, these things are never easy for the family to face.
It's what he's doing to himself, that's the thing. Myrtle Ann's not right to nice friends. She's young and has her whole life before her. That's my daughter.
Your daughter. How long has it been since you began to notice any peculiarity in your brother's actions?
Oh, I noticed it right away when Mother died, and Myrtle Ann and I came back from the mall to live with Elwood. I can tell that he...
That he, what? Take your time, Mrs. Simmons. Don't stray, let it come. I'll wait for it.
Doctor, everything I say to you is confidential, isn't it?
That's understood.
Because it's a slap in the face to everything we've stood for and disputed in the way that Elwood is acting now.
Not a gossip, Mrs. Simmons. I'm not a psychiatrist.
Well, for one thing, he drinks.
To excess?
To excess. Well, don't you call it excess when a man after the sex never lets a day go by without simply putting one of those cheap taverns sitting around with riff-raff and people you never heard of, giving them food and money, and then inviting them to the house, playing cards with them, and here I am trying to get Myrtle started with a nice group of young people. If that is an excess, I'm sure to know what excess is.
I didn't doubt your statement, Mr. Simmons. I merely asked if your brother drinks.
Well, yes, I say definitely that Elwood drinks, and I want him put it out here permanently, because I cannot stand another day of that Harvey. Myrtle May and I have to set a place at the table for Harvey. We have to move over on sofa to make room for Harvey. We have to answer the telephone when Elwood calls and ask to speak to Harvey. Harvey this afternoon was a show there. Oh, Doctor, we didn't even know about Harvey until we came back here to live with Elwood. Oh, don't you think it would have been a little bit kinder if Mother too quickly told me about Harvey? Be honest now, don't you?
I really couldn't answer that.
Well, I can. Yes, it certainly would have.
This person you call Harvey, who is it?
He's a rabbit.
Perhaps, but who is he? Some companion? Someone your brother picked up in one of these bars of whom you disapprove?
I will tell you. Harvey is a rabbit. A big, white rabbit. 6 feet high, or is it 6 feet and a half? Heaven knows I ought to know he's been around my house long enough.
Let me
His rapper's name is Harvey. He lives in my house, don't you understand? Him and Ellen go every place together. Ellen buys railroad tickets, theater tickets for the both of them. And then I said to her, away. The girl goes so lonesome, he had to bring something home. Why could he bring home something human? He has fears. He has Vegas with the old doctor.
Mrs. Simmons.
Doctor, I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone in this room before. Every once in a while, I see that big white rabbit myself. Now it's that terrible. I never even told that to run away. And what's worse, he's every bit as big as Elwood says he is. But don't you tell that terrible doctor, I'm ashamed of it.
I can see that you've been under a great nervous strain recently.
Well, yes, I have.
Grief over your mother's death depresses you severe.
Oh, nobody knows how much.
Lots of sleep.
Oh, who can sleep with all that going on?
Short-tempered over trifles.
You try living in the house with my brother and Big White Rabbit and see how your temper holds up. You at a table with my brother and a Big White Rabbit. Well, I'm through with it. I'm going to sell the house, being appointed conservator of Evelyn's estate. For the May, I was able to entertain our friends in peace. It's just too much for me, Doctor. I can't stand it.
Of course, Mrs. Simmons. You're tired.
Oh, yes, I am.
You've been worrying a great deal.
Oh, yes, I have. I can't help it.
And now I'm going to help you.
Oh, Doctor.
Just wait right there, Mrs. Simmons. I'll be right back.
I'll just go down to the cab and have what's things.
Why didn't anyone answer the buzzer?
I didn't hear you, Doctor.
I rang and rang. Mrs. Simmons. Stop the cotton, Wilson. That poor woman must not leave the grounds.
She's made with a getaway, huh, Doc?
The condition is serious. Get after her. Main gate, Henry. Dr. Sanderson. Allow no one out the main gate. We're looking for a patient. Should have left her alone, but no one answered the buzzer.
Wilson wasn't south, Doctor.
What have you available, Miss Kelly?
Number 13 F West R is ready, Doctor.
I was taken there immediately, and I'll prescribe preliminary treatment. I must contact your brother. Dowd is the name. Elwood P. Dowd. Get him on the telephone, please.
But, Doctor, I didn't know it was a woman who needed the treatment. She said it was for her brother.
Of course she did. It's the oldest dodge in the world, always used by a cunning type of psychopath. She apparently knew her brother was about to commit her, so she came out here to discredit him. Get on the telephone, please.
But, Doctor, I thought she was all right. I thought the woman was all right. So I had Wilson take her brother up to number 24, 7. He's there now.
Wilson, take the brother away. No, Pat, please tell me you're not serious, are you?
I did, Doctor, I did. I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, well, then, if you're sorry, that fixes everything.
I'll do it, Doctor, I'll do it. Miss Dumpy, will you please go out the door to number 24 and get Mr. Dowd his clothes back and
Ask him to step down to the office right away.
ask him to step down to the office right away. There's been a terrible mistake. Dr. Sanderson wants to explain.
Explain, apologize.
Thank heaven I hadn't put him in the hydro cup yet. She'll let him out.
Beautiful. And dumb, too. It's almost too good to be true.
Doctor, I didn't know. I feel terrible. The captain called and said Mrs. Simmons and her brother would be on. And when she came in here, you don't have to be sarcastic.
Oh, don't I? Stop worrying. We'll squirm out somehow.
Where do you go?
I've got to tell the chief about this, Kelly. He may want to handle it himself.
He'll be furious. I know he will. He'll die. And then he'll terminate me.
Responsibility is all mine, Kelly.
No, Doctor, tell him it was all my fault.
I never mentioned your name, except in my sleep.
But this man down.
Don't let it get away. I'll be right back.
What shall I do? What shall I say to him? What shall I do? He'll be furious.
Look, Kelly, he'll probably be fit to be tied, but he's a man, isn't he?
I guess so. His name is Mr.
Just go into your old routine. You know, the eyes, the switch, the words. I'm immune. But I've seen it work on some people, some of the patients out here. You can hear it, Kelly, if you have to do a script.
Oh, well, all of the, oh, you're wonderful, Dr. Sanderson. You're just about the most wonderful man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, but how about giving me a lift here just the same?
What?
That Simmons dame,
Did you catch her?
slick as a whistle. She was coming along the path, humming a little tune. I jumped out of it from behind a tree. I says, "Sister, there's a man wants to see ya." Should have heard her yell. She's wacky, all right.
Take her to number 13, Applemus R.
She's there now. Brought her in through the diet kitchen. She's screaming and kicking like hell. I'll hold her if you'll come undress her.
In a moment. Dr. Sanderson wants me to wait here for Mr. Dow.
Make it snappy.
Mr. Dow?
Help me.
Miss Kelly.
Let me give you one of my cards. If you want to call me at this number. Don't call me that one.
Thank you. Dr. Sanderson is very anxious to talk to me. He'll be just a moment. Please, have a chair.
Thank you. I'll have to allow me.
He'll be out in just a moment. Please, won't you have a seat?
After you, my dear.
Oh, you mustn't mind me. I'm in and out all the time.
After you.
I get into a magazine to look at.
I'd really rather look at you, if you don't mind, Miss Kelly. You really are very lovely.
Well, thank you. Some people don't seem to think so.
Some people are blind, and it is often brought to my attention. And now, Miss Kelly, I would like to have you meet
Mr. Dow.
LOP. Let me give you one of my cards. If you want to call me.
Mr. Dow, I'm Dr. London Sanderson, Dr. Shelby's assistant out here.
Oh, good for you. I'm happy to know you. How are you, Doctor?
It's going to depend on you, I'm afraid. Please sit down. You met Miss Kelly, haven't you?
I have had that pleasure, and I want both of you to meet a very dear friend.
Later on, I'll be glad to. Mr. Dow, would you please be seated? Because first I want to say...
After Miss Kelly.
Sit down, Kelly. You made the chair quite comfortable, Mr. Dow.
Yes, thank you. Would you care to try it?
No, thank you. How about an ashtray? Can we give Mr. Dow an ashtray? It's too warm in here, Mr. Dow. Would you like me to open the window?
Mr. Dow, Dr. Sanderson would like to know if you should open a window.
That's entirely up to him. I would presume to live his life for him.
Mr. Dowd, I can tell that you're not the type of man to be taken in by any high-flown phrases or beating about the bush.
That's so, Doctor.
You have us at a disadvantage here. You know it, and we know it. Let's lay the cards out on the table.
That certainly feels to me, Doctor.
That's the way in the long run. People are people no matter where you are.
That is very often the case.
And being human, we are therefore liable to make mistakes. Miss Kelly and I made a mistake here this afternoon, Mr. Dowd, and we'd like to explain it.
It was entirely my fault, Mr. Dow.
The human failing, as I said.
Nevertheless, I find it all very interesting. You and Miss Kelly here. This afternoon, you said?
We do hope you'll understand, Mr. Dow.
Oh, yes, yes. These things are often the basis of a long and warm friendship.
And the responsibility is, of course, not hers, but mine.
Your attitude may be old-fashioned, Doctor, but I like it.
Now, if I had seen your sister first, that would have been an entirely different story.
Now there you surprise me. I think the world in Olivia, but I had supposed she'd seen her night.
You must not attach any blame to her. She's a very sick woman. Came in here, you're insisting you're in need of treatment. Why, that's perfectly ridiculous.
Rita shouldn't be upset about me. I get along fine.
Exactly. But we already talked to Miss Kelly, and there'd been a call from your family lawyer just afternoon.
Oh, yes, I know him. Know his wife, too. Nice people.
There's something I can get for you, Mr. Dowd.
What do you have in mind?
Light, perhaps. Here, let me give you the light. She became extremely nervous and went into a heated tirade on your drink.
That was Vita.
She became hysterical.
I tell Vita not to worry about that. I can take care of that.
Exactly. Oh, I suppose you have a drink now and then, the same as the rest of us.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I'd like one right now.
Matter of fact, so would I. But your sister's a reaction to the subject of drinking was entirely too intense. Does your sister drink, Mr. Dow?
Oh, no, Doctor, no. I don't believe Vita has ever taken a drink.
Well, I'm going to surprise you. I believe she has and does constantly.
I'm certainly surprised.
But it's not her alcoholism that's going to be the basis of my diagnosis. No, it's much more serious than that. It's when she can get talking so emotionally about this big wife, perhaps named Harvey. I think we call him Harvey.
Harvey is his name.
She claimed you were persecuting her with this Harvey.
I haven't been persecuting her with Harvey. And now, Doctor, before we go any further, I must insist
Let me
that
make my point first, Ab. This trouble of your sister's didn't spring up overnight. No, her condition stems from trauma.
From what?
Trauma, spelled Trauma. It means shock, nothing unusual about it. There is the birth trauma, the shock to the act of being born.
That is one we never get over.
Yeah. I mean, Kelly.
Yes.
Might I say the same about both of you?
To sum it all up, your sister's condition is serious, but I can help her. She must, however, remain out here temporarily.
I've always felt that Vita should have everything she needs.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't want Vita to stay out here unless she liked it and wanted to stay.
Of course. Did Mr. Wilson get what he was after, Miss Kelly?
Yes, doctor.
And how's Mrs. Simpson?
Not unusual, doctor.
Mr. Dow, if this were an ordinary delusion, that is something reflected on the memory picture, or she received something that she had already seen before, that would be one thing. But this is much, much more serious. Stands to reason that nobody has ever seen a giant white rabbit.
Not very often, Doctor.
I like you, Dad.
I like you too, Doctor, and Miss Kelly here. I like her too.
So, under these conditions, she must be committed here. Under these circumstances, I would commit my own grandmother.
Does your grandmother drink too, Doctor?
No, just an expression. Now, will you please sign these temporary commitments papers as next of kin, just a formality?
Oh, no, Doctor, you better have Vita do that. She always does all the signing and managing for the family. She's good at it.
I'm afraid we can't disturb her right now.
Perhaps I'd better talk it over with Judge Downey.
You can explain it all to him later. In fact, tell him I advised it. And you can come in here anytime, make inquiries yourself. We'd be glad to have you. I'll make it a full visitor's pass to you. Would you like to come back? Wednesday, say, Friday, say?
You and Miss Kelly have been so lovely, I can come back after dinner in about an hour.
Well, pretty busy around here, I suppose that's all right.
I don't have to go right now. I'm not very hungry.
It's a lie down to stay, but Miss Kelly and I have to get on the stairs now. Plenty of work to be done. But I'll tell you what you might like to do.
What might I like to do?
Well, we don't usually do this, but since you've been so understanding and just make sure your sister is in good hands, why don't you look around? You can go beyond that hall. You'll find the occupational therapy room, and beyond that, the conservatory, the library, and the dietitian.
For Vita's sake, I believe I better do that, Doctor.
Very well then. I've enjoyed this chat with you, Mr. Dowd.
I've enjoyed it too, Doctor, meeting you and Miss Kelly here.
And I will say that, for a layman, you show an unusually acute perception to psychiatric problems.
Is that a fact? I never thought I knew anything of the sort. Nobody does, do you think?
Well, a good psychiatrist is not found under every bush.
You just have to pick the right bush. Tell you what, since we seem to have enjoyed this so much, let's keep right on. I would like to invite you both down to Charlie's place to have a drink. When I enjoy people, I tend to stay right with them.
Sorry, give us a rate check. Some other time, be glad.
When would you be glad to?
I don't know, Miss Kelly and I don't get off until 10 o'clock at night.
Let's go to Charlie's at 10 o'clock tonight.
Well,
And you, Miss Kelly?
Dr. Shelley doesn't usually approve of members of the staff fraternizing. But again, since you've been so understanding, perhaps we can manage it.
I'll pick you up in a cab at 10 o'clock tonight, and the four of us will spend a happy evening. I want you both to become acquainted with a very dear friend of mine. You said later on, so later on it shall be. Goodbye now.
Now I can breathe again.
Phew, boy, that was a close shave, all right. That man was proud, but he has to be proud of I've known. I played up to that pride. You can get almost anybody if you want to. Now, I must look in on that Simmons book.
Doctor, you say you can get anybody if you want to. How do you do that?
Take study, Kelly. Years of specialized training. There's only one thing I don't like about this Dow business.
What's that?
Having to make that date. Of course, the man is left here as a good friend and Gooster at the sanitarium, so I'll go with him tonight, but you don't have to.
Oh,
No point in it. I'll have a few drinks with him, pat him on the back, and leave. I've got a date tonight either way.
oh, yes. By all means. I didn't intend to go anyway. The idea bored me stiff. I wouldn't go if I never went anywhere else in the world. I wouldn't go if my life depended on it.
What's the matter with you, Kelly? What are you being so emotional about?
He may be a peculiar man with funny clothes, but he knows how to act. His manners were perfect.
I saw you giving in to Dolphus there. I didn't miss that.
He wouldn't sit down till I sat down. He told me I was lovely and called me dear. I'd go have a drink with him if you weren't going.
Of course you would. And look at him. All he does is sit around in bars all day. He doesn't work. I'll let Forney bow and getting up out of his chair every time a woman makes a move. Why, he's out there as a cast iron gear. But you sit with him in a bar and let him flatter you. You're a wonderful girl, Kelly.
Now let me tell you something, you.
Dr. Sanderson, Miss Kelly.
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
Tell the gardener to prune more carefully around my prize dahlias along the fence by the main road. They'll be ready for cutting next week. The difficulty of the woman who has a large red rabbit, has it been smoothed over?
Yes, Doctor. I spoke to her brother and he was quite reachable.
Well, I've had many patients out here who have seen animals. I've never had a patient with an animal that large.
Yes, Doctor. I believe she called him Harvey.
Harvey. Unusual name for an animal of any kind. Harvey's a man's name. I've known several men in my day named Harvey, but I've never heard of any type of animal whatsoever of that name. This case has an interesting phase, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor.
I'll now go upstairs if you were looking on this woman. It may be that we can use my formula number 977 on her. I'll give you advice for prescribing the treatment, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
And now, may I ask, what is that hat and coat doing on the table over there? Whose is it?
I don't know, Doctor. Miss Kelly, do you know?
No. Perhaps it's a relative of one of our patients.
Give me that hat. It may be that we can find some identification on it. What's this? What's this? 2 holes cut in the crown of this hat?
That's right.
Some new fad. Put it away. Hang it up. Get it out of here.
Hello, Dr. Chumley.
Oh, there you are.
How is every little old thing?
Fair. Thank you, Wilson. Fair.
Look, somebody's gotta give me a hand with this Simmons dame. Order a straining jacket or something. She's terrible. Forgot me, didn't ya? Well, I got her corset off all by myself.
We're going up to see this patient right now, Wilson.
She's in the hydro tub now. My God, I left the water running on her.
Really? I forgot, have you? Hello, Dr. Sanderson. Really? Remember your promise? What? Really?
That's right. I have to go upstairs and look in on the patient. Be down shortly.
Give a little quick diagnosis. We don't escalate to the parties. I'm dying to see the inside of my house. Good evening. Good evening. I'm Miss Chumley. Dr. Chumley's wife.
Well, I'm happy to know you. That is my name, Elwood P. Let me give you one of my cards. If you want to call me at this number. Not that one, that's the old one.
Thank you. Is there something I can do for you? What do you have in mind? You seem to be looking for someone. I am.
I'm looking for Harvey. I'd like help without him.
Harvey. Is he a patient here?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Does he work here?
Oh, no. He's what you might call my best friend. He's also a puka. He came out here with me and Vita this afternoon.
Where was he when you last saw him?
In this chair here, he just had him pull on the table.
There doesn't seem to be any hat coat around here now. Perhaps he left.
Apparently, I don't see him anywhere.
What was that word you just said? Puka?
Yes, that's right.
Is that something new?
Oh, no. As I understand it, it's something very old.
Really? I never happened to hear it before.
I'm not too surprised at that. I had myself until I met him. I do hope you'll get a chance to meet him sometime, my dear. I'm sure he would be quite fond of me, and Vita and I come from the same family. Now, you would think that feeling would be mutual, wouldn't you? But Vita doesn't seem to care for Harvey. Don't you think that's rather too bad, Mrs. Shumley?
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Dow. I gave up a long time ago expecting my family to like my friends. It's useless.
But we must keep on trying.
There's no harm in trying, I suppose.
Because if Harvey has said it to me once, he's said it a million times. Now, I would do anything for you. Mrs. Shumley.
Yes.
Did you know that Mrs. McElhinney's Aunt Rose is going to drop in on her tonight, unexpectedly from Cleveland?
Wait, no, I didn't.
Neither does she. That puts both of you in the same boat, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know anybody named Miss McElhinney.
She's a lovely woman. She lives next door to us. Harvey told me about her Aunt Rose. It's an interesting little news item, and you are perfectly free to pass it around.
Well,
Would you like to come downtown with me, my dear? I would be glad to buy you a drink.
thank you. But I'm waiting for Dr. Hunt. He came down and found me gone. He'd be liable to raise.
He would be devastated. We don't want that, would we? Well, some other time maybe.
I'll tell you what.
What?
If your friend is in while I'm still here, I'd be glad to give him a message.
Well, we can do that. I would certainly appreciate it.
Oh, no trouble at all. I'll write it down for after this. What would you like me to tell your friend? Saying while I'm still here.
Ask him to meet me downtown, if he has no other plans.
Meet Mr. Dow downtown. Any particular place downtown?
He knows where. Harvey knows this town like a book.
Harvey. You know where? Harvey what?
Just Harvey.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Dr. Tully and I are going to drive downtown to 12th Monthly. Dr. McClure's having a cocktail party.
Cocktail party? Welcome up here.
We're driving there in a few minutes. We could give your friend a lift into town.
I hate to impose on you, but I would certainly appreciate that.
No trouble at all. Dr. McClure's having this party for his sister from Wichita.
I didn't know Dr. McClure had a sister from Wichita.
You know Dr. McClure?
No! Are you quite sure you couldn't come downtown with me this afternoon?
I really couldn't. Thank you, just the same.
Some other time perhaps?
See you.
Well, it's been very pleasant to meet you, and I hope to see you again.
Yes. So do I.
Good night, my dear.
Good night.
You can't miss Harvey. He's very tall. Like that!
That Simmons woman is uncooperative, Doctor. She refused to admit to me that she has this big rabbit. Insists it's her brother. Give her 2 of these at 9, another at 10 if she continues to be so restless. Another hip trip to the hydro room at 8, and 1 in the morning at 7. Then we'll see if she won't cooperate tomorrow, won't we, Doctor?
Yes, Doctor.
You know where to call me if you need me. Ready, pet?
Yes, Billy. Billy. There was a man in there, a man named, let me see. Here's his card. Dow. Elwood P. Dow.
That's Mrs. Simmons' brother. I told him he could look around here with full visiting privileges.
She mustn't see anyone tonight. Not anyone at all. Tell him that.
Yes, Doctor.
He didn't ask to see her. He was looking for someone, some friend of his.
And who could that be, Dr. Sanderson?
I don't know, Doctor. Was there anyone with doubt when you saw him come?
Not when I saw him, Doctor. He said there was. He said he last saw his friend sitting in that chair there with his hat put on the table. He seemed quite disappointed. Dr. Sanderson? I told him if we located his friend, we could give him a lift into town. He could ride a back seat. Is that all right, Billy?
Of course, of course.
He said his name was Harvey. Harvey? He mentioned something else about a hookah, but I didn't quite get what that was.
Harvey?
Harvey.
He said his friend was very tall. Well, why are you looking like that, Willie? This is very nice, polite of him. And he merely asked me to give his friend a lift into town. And if you can't do a favor for someone, why are you living?
Where did he go, Mrs. Chumley? How long ago was he in here?
I don't know where he went, just a second ago.
Give me that hat. By George, to find out about this.
Gate Henry, Dr. Sanderson.
Gaffney, Judge Gaffney.
Henry, did a man in a brown suit leave the main gate just a minute ago? He did. He's coming?
Judge, Dr. William Chumley. Yes, the psychiatrist. Judge, I'm making a routine checkup on the spelling of a name before entering into our records. Judge, you telephoned this afternoon about a client of yours being committed? How is that name spelled? With a W, not a U. Mr. Elwood P. Dowd. Thank you, Judge. Dr. Sanderson. I believe your name is Sanderson?
Yes, Doctor.
You know that much, do you? You went to medical school. You specialize in the study of psychiatry. he graduated, he went forth. Perhaps they neglected to tell you that a rabbit has large pointed ears, that a hat for a rabbit would have to be perforated to make room for those ears.
It does seem reasonable enough this afternoon, Doctor.
Doctor, the function of a psychiatrist is to tell the difference between those who are reasonable and those who merely talk and act reasonably. Do you realize what you've done to me? You don't answer. I'll tell you. You permitted a psychopathic case to walk off these grounds and roam around with an overgrown white rabbit. You subjected me, a psychiatrist, to the humiliation of having to call, of all things, a lawyer to find out who came out good to be committed and who came out good to commit. Just a minute. Wilson! Oh, I need you. I now have to do something I haven't done in 15 years. I have to go after this man, Mr. Elwood P. Dowd, and I have to bring him back to the sanitarium. And when I do bring him back, your connection to this institution is ended as of that moment. Wilson, get the car. Hey, call them McClures and tell them we can make it. Kelly, come upstairs room and get that woman out of the tub.
Why does people for dinner? She'll be furious. Wilson,
Yes, ma'am.
what is a hookah?
A what?
A hookah.
You can search me, Miss Chumley.
I wonder if it'd be this encyclopedia here. They seem to have everything. I wonder if it's a lodge or what it is. I don't dare stop to do this now. Dr. Chumley won't find me when he was back. Who raised, oh, it's here.
P-O-O-K-A. Polka, from old Celtic mythology. A fairy spirit in animal form, always very large. The hookah appears from here and there, to now and then, to this one and that one its own caprice. A wise but mischievous creature, very fond of rum pots, crackpots. And how are you, Mr. Wilson? And how are you, Mr. Wilson? Who in the encyclopedia wants to know? What the hell with this?
That's right. The stairs will be in the hall. That's the third floor. I'll be right up. Well, Gary. Where's who? What do you mean, Judge Daphne? Sit down, won't you? I mean your mother. Where's Rita Louise? Why, Judge Daphne, you know where she is. She took Uncle Elwood out to the sanitarium. I know that. The water went all over the pub with a lot of us staring. I couldn't get what she was talking about. Carrying on something here. Mother carrying on? What about? I don't know. She was hysterical. That's strange. She took Uncle Elwood out to the sanitarium. All she had to do was put him in. Did you find it? I'll be right up. They found it. Who? They found what? What are you talking about? When Mother left the house with Uncle Elwood, I went to the real estate office with the house on the market and what you think I found there. I'm not a policeman. Well, I found a man there who's looking for an old house just like this to cut with clay apartments. He's going through it now. And now see here, Merlin, this house doesn't belong to you. It belongs to your Uncle Elwood. But now that Uncle Elwood walked up, Mother controls the property, doesn't she? Where is your mother? Where's Rita Louise? Judge, she went out to Chumley's Rest to tell them about Harvey and to Uncle Elwood. Why didn't she call me at the club when I was in the middle of a game and scream at me to meet her about something important? I don't know. I simply don't know. Have you got the keys to this house? Certainly. In my state Myrtle, I feel pretty bad about this thing of walking Elwood up. Mother and I will be able to take a long trip now out to Pasadena. I was like that boy. He could have done anything. Be Elwood was once like other men? That women actually liked him? I mean, in that way?
Well, now they started running around with those faithful rabbits. But they did once. Once that mailbox for grandmother's was full of the little blues sent in a little trail.
I can't believe it.
Of course, there always was something different about Elwood.
I don't got that.
Yes, he was always so calm about any sudden change in plans. I used to admire it, though I should have been suspicious. Take your average man looking up and seeing a big white rabbit. He did something about it, but not Elwood. He took that calmly too, and look where it got him.
We don't drink hot for overboard. He's gone with this rabbit.
Oh, yes, I do. He's had that rabbit in my office many a time. I'm old, but I don't miss much. What's that noise?
The prospecting bar on the third floor. Mother! Look, Judge!
You don't leave what's wrong, girl.
I never thought I'd do What? Hey, go over, Judge. She looks like she's gonna faint. Please, not so fast.
Don't rush her. Leave her in.
Let me sit down. I'll get some place where I can sit down.
And here you are. Girl, easy, girl, easy.
Oh! The gas bill. Oh,
Get her some tea, Myrtle. Do you want some tea, Rita?
I'll get you some tea, Mother. And cool off, Judge.
Let Myrtle get your coat off, Rita. Get her coat off.
Oh, leave me alone. Let me sit there. Let me get my breath.
Let her get her breath, Judge.
Let me alone, and then let me get upstairs while I own it, or I can let go.
What happened to you, Mother?
Oh, Mom, I want you to cylinder. They put me in and the hell out.
What's this?
Mother!
Just look at my hair.
Why? What did you say? What did you do? You must have done something.
I didn't do one thing. I simply told them about Elwood and marketing.
Then how did this happen to you? I don't understand it.
Well, I was walking along the path. I told him about Elwood and I went down to get his things. As I was walking, this awful man stepped out. He was a white slaver, I'm sure of it. He was wearing one of those white suits. That's how they advertise.
A man? What did he do, Mother?
What did he do? What did he do? Well, oh.
What is going on, Louise? Go on, girl.
Poor Mother. Was he a young man?
Myrtle May, perhaps you better leave the room.
No, I should say not. Go on, Mother.
He took me in there and he tore my clothes off.
Oh, did you hear that, Judge? Go on, Mother.
Oh my God, I'll sue them for this.
And then he set me down at the top of cold water.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I always thought that what you wore showed on your face. Don't you believe it, George? Don't you believe it, Arnold? This man took hold of me like I was a woman in the streets. But I fought. I always said when a man jumped at me, I'd fight. Haven't I always said that, Arnold?
She's always said that, Judge. That's what Mother's always told me to do.
And then he hustled me into that sanitarium with me, put me down in a tub of water and began treating me like I was a
What?
crazy woman. When he did that, it was spite.
Well, I'll be damned.
And then all these doctors came in and started asking me all these questions all about murders and all that filthy stuff. Oh, that place ought to be cleaned up, Omar. You better get the authorities in there to clean it up.
For the 6th time I haven't beat it. My God, it stinks.
Tell me, Judge, is that all those doctors do? Is that all that those doctors do out there? Take them out.
I don't know.
Because if it is, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. I mean, really, it's on their head anyway. Why don't they just go for long walks in the fresh air? There's Kathy walked here for years, didn't you, Judge?
Let me take some notes on this. You said these doctors can't talk to you. Dr. Chumley and what was the other doctor's name?
Sanderson. No, don't listen to a word he says, Judge. Oh, but he's a liar. Close set eyes. Those types are always liars. Besides, I told him something as strict as confidence, but he laughed at it.
What did you say, Mother?
Oh, what does it matter what I said? I don't even want to talk about it. Let's forget it. You can't trust anybody.
Anything you told this Dr. Sanderson, you can tell us, Nina Louise. This is your daughter, and I'm your lawyer.
I know what this witch. I don't want to talk about it. I want to sue them. I don't want to eat my own bed.
Oh, but Mother, this is the important thing anyway. Where's Uncle Elwood?
Oh, I should have known better than to try anything. So
repair everything that we have. I'm not giving up. We'll get detectives. We'll find him. And besides, better save some of that sympathy from me, Mother. You don't realize what we have to put up with. Wait till I show you something you brought home about 6 months ago. When we hid it out in the garage. You just wait.
I'm going to have to talk to Rita. There's more to this than she's telling. I sense that.
Wait till I show you something.
All right, I'll wait.
Okay, is he here?
What? What's this?
That crackpot with the rabbit. Is he here?
No. Who may I ask are you?
Not here, Doctor. Okay, Dr. Chumley's coming in anyway. What's your name?
Trembly. Well. I've got something to say to him.
What's your name? Let's have it.
I am Judge Gaffney. Where's Trembly?
The reason I asked your name is the doctor always likes to know who he's talking to. This guy says his name is Judge Gaffney, Doctor.
Well, Trembly.
Good evening, Judge. Let's not waste time. Has he been here?
No, see here.
You sure he ain't been here? He's wise now. He's hiding. It'll be an awful job to smoke him out.
It'll be more difficult, but I'll do it. They're sly, they're cunning, but I get them. I always get them. Can you list the places we've been, Wilson?
Right here, Doctor.
Read it.
We've been to 17 bars. Eddie's place, Charlie's place, Bessie's barn dance, the 4th Avenue firehouse, the 10th and the 12th and the 9th Avenue firehouses, just to make sure. The Union Station, the grain elevator. Say, why does this guy go down to a grain elevator?
The foreman is a friend of his. He has many friends in many places.
I've stopped here this afternoon and asked Mrs. Simmons if she has any of my suggestions for where we might look for.
Dr. Trumley, I have to inform you that Mrs. Simmons has retained me to file a suit against you.
What?
For what happened to her in the sanitarium this afternoon?
A suit?
And well, we're on the subject.
That's pretty, ain't it, Doctor? After us dragging your tail all over town trying to find that guy.
What happened this afternoon was an unfortunate mistake. At this charge, my assistant who made it, and I'm prepared to take charge of this man's case personally. It interests me. My interest in the case is nothing no amount of money can buy. You can ask any of them.
But the business this afternoon, Doctor.
Water under the dam. This is how I see this thing. I see it this way. We would right now to get this man out to the sanitarium where he belongs.
That's right. That's what I think.
Let me introduce Mrs. Myrtle May Simmons, Mr. Dad's niece and Mrs. Simmons' daughter.
How do you do, Dr. Chumley?
How do you do, Miss Simmons?
Hello, Myrtle.
What? Oh!
Now then, let me talk to Mrs. Simmons.
Oh, she won't come down, Doctor. Just know she won't. You get her to talk to her, Judge.
Now, see here, your mother was manhandled. She was, God knows what she was. The manhandling was professional. It was personal.
Wilson, this is a serious charge.
Dr. Chumley, I've been with you for 10 years. I really don't believe. What's your name again?
Gaffney, Judge Omar Gaffney.
Thanks. You really believe the word of this old blister, Gaffney? Me a toy who sees a rabbit.
It is not Mrs. Simmons who sees a rabbit. It is her brother.
Yes, it's Uncle Elwood.
If you'll come with me, Doctor.
Very well, Judge. Wilson, I have a situation here. Wait for me.
Okay, Doctor. So, your name's Myrtle May.
What? Oh, yes.
If we grab your uncle, you're liable to be coming out to the sanitarium on visitor days.
Oh, I really don't know.
Well, if you do, I'll be there.
What?
And
Oh.
if you don't see me right away, don't give up. Stick around. I'll show up.
You will? Oh.
Sure. You hear Dr. Chumley tell me to wait?
Yeah.
Well, while I'm waiting, I sure could use a sandwich and a cup of coffee.
Certainly. If you forgive me, I'll precede you to the kitchen.
Yes, sir. You're all right, Myrtle.
What?
Dr. Chumley noticed it right away. You don't miss a trick. Tell you something else, Myrtle. You not only got a nice build, but kid, you got something else too.
What?
You got the screwiest uncle that ever stuck his puss inside our nut house.
Hello, Charlie's place. Chumley's rest. Is Dr. Chumley there? Oh, it's Mrs. Chumley. How are you tonight? This is Elwood Pediatrics speaking. I'll do. Tell me, Mrs. Chumley, did you manage to locate Harvey? Don't worry about it. I'll find him. I'm sorry I missed you for the cocktail party. The people were all charming, and I was able to leave quite a few of my cards. I waited until you phoned, but you said you couldn't come because a patient had stayed. Where am I? I'm here now, but I'm leaving right away. I must find Harvey. Well, goodbye, Mrs. Chumley. My regards to you and anybody else you happen to run into. Goodbye. Dr. Chumley, you may as well go home and wait.
Mrs. Simmons.
Hello! Yes, be Louise Simmons.
This picture over your mantle.
Oh, that portrait happens to be the pride of this house. No, this is Dexter 1567.
Who painted it?
Oh, I don't know, some man. He was around here for the sitting, so then we paid him and he went away.
Suppose if you have the money to pay people, you can persuade them to do anything.
Dr. Charlie, when you helped me out of that tub at your place, what was it that I said to you?
You expressed yourself, I don't remember the words.
I said to you, Dr. Charlie, this is belated civility. Isn't that what I said?
You said something of the sort.
Oh, now you brought this up. You may as well learn something. I took a course in art this last winter. The difference between a fine oil painting and a mechanical thing like a photograph is simply this. A photograph shows only the reality of a thing, while a painting shows not only the reality, but the dream behind it. It is our dream that keep us dreams that keep us living. I wouldn't even want to move on if I thought it was all just eating and sleeping and taking off my clothes, but come on, kid.
It's all right. Now, what's the matter?
Doctor! That is not my mother!
How did you hear that?
Oh, doctor, it's Elwood. He's been here, he's been here.
Better be quiet. Hello? Hello? Yes, yes. Who's calling? It's him. This is Simmons. Don't tell him I'm here. Be casual.
Hello, Elwood. Yes, dear, where are you? Won't work, he won't tell me where he is. He wants to know if Harvey is here.
Tell him Harvey is here.
But he isn't.
Tell him he is. I'll bring him here perhaps. Humor him. We have to humor him.
Hello, Elwood. Yes, dear, Harvey is here, but he, fine. It won't work. He wants me to bring Harvey to the telephone.
Tell him Harvey is here, but he can't come to the telephone. Say he's in the bathtub.
The bathtub.
Yes, in the bathtub. And you send him over when you're done. I'll bring him here perhaps.
Oh, doctor.
Now you gotta do this, Mrs. Simmons.
Hello, Elwood. Yes, Harvey is here, but he can't come to the phone right now. He's in the bathtub. I'll send him over as soon as he's dry. Now, Elwood, dear, where are you? Elwood? Elwood? Oh!
Did he hang up?
Harvey just walked in the door. He told me to look in the bathtub. Must be a stranger. But I know where he is. He's at Charlie's place. It's a large, welcome name.
Trophy Main, that's 2 blocks down and 1 over, isn't it?
Yes, Doctor, where are you going?
I'm going over there to get your brother and take him out to the sanitarium where he belongs.
No, Doctor, don't do that. Send one of your attendants, I warn you.
Do you consider your brother a dangerous man?
Dangerous.
Why?
I can't tell you why, but if I did, why would I be looking for a permanent figure for him?
And I must observe this man. I must watch the expression on his face as he talks to this rabbit. He does talk to this rabbit, you say.
Yes, they tell each other everything.
What's that?
I said, of course he talks to him. But don't go after him, Doctor. He'll regret it if you do.
Nonsense! You underestimate me, Mrs. Simmons.
Oh, no, Doctor. You underestimate my brother.
Not at all. Don't worry now. I can handle him.
You can handle it. That's what you think. Oh, Myrtle May, you can see who's in the bathtub. Oh!
Thank you. I may call later.
How about the stuff in your room, Doctor? Upstairs?
All right. Thanks, Wilson.
Tough you didn't bounce. How'd you peg for one who make the grade?
Those are the breaks.
When you taking off?
As soon as Dr. Trumley gets back.
Did you get a report back yet from the desk sergeant in the police accident bureau?
Not yet. I just talked to the downtown dispensary. They haven't seen him.
Starting to smell awful funny to me. 4 hours he's been gone, and not a word from him. Look, Doctor, I might not see you again, so I want to say I wish you a lot of luck. And I'm mighty sorry you gotta kick me out, Reed.
Thanks, Wilson. Good luck to you, too.
Look, Kelly, let me know when you hear from the desk sergeant again. If there's no sign of the doctor, I'm going into town to look for him. He should know better than to go after a psycho without me.
I'd like to help look for the doctor, too, Wilson.
That's swell of you, right after he give you the brush.
I have no resentment against Dr. Trumley. He was right, and I was wrong. Dr. Trumley is the best in his field. It's my loss not to be able to work with him.
Not too small yourself, Doctor.
Thanks, Wilson.
Don't mention it.
Doctor,
Yes?
I'd just like to say that I wish you a lot of luck too, and I'm sorry to see you leave.
Are you sure you can spare these good wishes, Miss Kelly?
On second thought, I guess not.
Miss Kelly, this is for nothing, just some advice. I'd be a little more careful about the kind of company I kept around if I were you.
I beg your pardon?
You don't have to, I told she was pretty. I saw you Saturday night dancing with the dress down in the Rose Room at the Frontier Hotel.
Oh, did you? I didn't notice you.
I'd be a little careful of him, Kelly. You look to me like a schizophrenic all the way across the floor.
You shouldn't have given him a second thought, Doctor. He was my date, not yours.
That was his mentality. The rest of it.
But she was beautiful, though.
Who?
That girl you were with?
I thought you didn't notice.
You bumped into us twice. How could I not?
Not that it makes any difference to you, but that girl is a charming little lady. She has a sweet, kind disposition, and she knows how to conduct herself.
Funny she couldn't get a better date on a Saturday night.
And she has an excellent mind.
Why doesn't she use it?
Oh, I don't suppose you would be sensitive for that. The flippant hard shell of yours are probably compensating for something.
I am not, and don't use any of that psychiatry on me.
Oh, if I could try something just once, just to see if you melt under any circumstances, I doubt it.
You'll never know, Doctor.
That's because you interest me as a case history, nothing more. I'd like to see where you get that inflated ego of yours.
Well, if you aren't the meanest person, case history, inflated ego?
Don't run away, let's finish it.
Leave me alone.
Gladly.
No report on him either, in town or in the suburbs. Look, Sergeant, maybe we better... Oh, never mind, Sergeant. They're here now. What's the matter?
Good evening, my dear. These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
They're quite fresh, too. I just picked them outside.
I hope Dr. Kelly didn't see you. These are prize dahlias. Did he go upstairs?
Not knowing, I cannot state. Those flowers are lovely against your hair.
Thank you. I've never worn burnt orange. It's such a trying color.
You would improve any color, dear.
Thank you. Did Dr. Chumley go to his house?
I don't know. Where is Dr. Sanderson?
In his office, I think.
Now, there you are.
I have a cab outside. It's possible for you and Miss Kelly to get away now.
Where's Dr. Tremley?
Is he coming with us?
I don't
That's
know,
nice.
Doctor. I don't know.
I must apologize for being a few seconds late. I thought Miss Kelly here should have some flowers. After what happened out here this afternoon, the flowers really should be from you, Doctor. As you grow older and pretty women pass you by, you will think with deep gratitude being with generous girls under you. Shall we go now?
Just a minute. Just a minute, Dowd. The situation has changed since we met this afternoon by urging you have no resentments against Dr. Tremley. He's your friend and he only wants to help you.
That's nice of him. I'd like to help him too.
If you'll begin by taking a cooperative attitude, I think you'll find that's half the battle. We all have to face reality now, sooner or later.
Doctor, I've wrestled with reality for 40 years, and I'm happy to state that I finally won out over it. Won't you and Miss Kelly join me downtown at Charlie's?
Here you are! Upstairs, buddy! We're going upstairs! Is the doctor okay?
There must be some mistake. Dr. Sanderson and Miss Kelly and I are going downtown for a drink. I'd be delighted to have you join us, Mr.
Wilson.
Wilson. They have a wonderful floor show.
Yeah, we'll wait till you see the floor show we've done. Upstairs, buddy.
Just a minute, Wilson. Where did you say Dr. Tremley went now?
As I said, he did not confide his plans in me.
You mean the doctor ain't showed up yet?
Not yet.
Where is he?
What we're trying to figure out.
Mr. Dowd walked in here all by himself.
Oh, did he, yeah? Listen, you. Talk fast or I'm working you over.
I'd rather you didn't do that. And I'd rather you didn't even mention such a thing in the presence of a lovely young lady like Miss Kelly.
Mr. Dowd, Dr. Tremley went into town to pick you up. That was 4 hours ago.
Where has you been gone to?
Listen to that. Smart, huh?
Just a minute, Wilson. Did you see Dr. Tremley tonight, Dowd?
Yes, I did. He went into Charlie's place at dinner time. It's a cozy little spot. Let's all go there and talk it over with a tall one.
We're going no place. Now I'm asking you a question. If you don't button up your lips and give me some straight answers, I'm gonna beat it out of
What you suggest is impossible.
you. What's that?
You suggest that I button up my lips and give you a straight answer. It can't be done.
Well, handle it then. But find out where the doctor is.
Mr. Dowd, Dr. Tremley did go into Charlie's place, he said.
He did, and I was very glad to see him.
Go on.
He had asked for me, and naturally the proprietor brought him over and left him. We exchanged the conventional greetings. I said, "How do you do, Dr. Chumley?" And he said, "How do you do, Mr. Dowd?" I believe we said that at least once.
Okay, okay.
I tried to be factual. I then introduced him to Harvey.
Tahoe?
A white rabbit. 6 feet tall.
6 feet.
6 feet, 1.5.
Okay, fool around with him. And the doctor's probably someplace bleeding to death in a ditch.
If those were his plans for the evening, he did not tell me.
Go on now.
Well, Dr. Chumley sat down in the booth with us. He was seated on the outside near the window. I was seated on the middle, and Harvey was seated on the other outside where Dr. Chumley could look at him.
That's right. Spent all night on the seating arrangements.
Harvey then suggested that I buy him a drink. Knowing he does not like to drink alone, I suggested to Dr. Chumley that we join him.
And so,
We joined him.
okay,
We joined him again.
then what?
We kept right on joining him.
Skip all the
You're
joining.
asking me to skip a rather large portion of the evening.
Tell us what happened. Come on, please.
Dr. Chumley and Harvey got into a conversation, quietly at first. Then it became
rather heated and Dr. Chumley raised his voice.
Yeah, why?
Harvey seemed to feel that Dr. Chumley should assume part financial responsibility of joining, but Dr. Chumley didn't seem to want to do that.
I can believe that part of it.
Let him talk. See how far they'll go. This guy's got guts.
I agreed to take the whole thing because I did not want any trouble. We go down to Charlie's quite often, Harvey and I, and the proprietor is a fine man with an interesting approach to life. Then the other matter came up.
Cut that damn double talk and get on with it.
Mr. Wilson, you are a sincere type of person, but I must ask that you not use that language in the presence of Miss Elliot.
You're right, Mr. Dowd. We're sorry. Now you say the other matter came up?
There was a beautiful blonde woman, a Mrs. Smeckles, and her escort seated in the booth across from us. Dr. Chumley went to sit next to her, explaining to her that they had once met in Chicago. Her escort then escorted Dr. Chumley back to Harvey and I, and tried to point out that it would be better if Dr. Chumley minded his own affairs. Does he have any?
Does he have any of what?
Does he have any affairs?
How would I know?
Please hurry, Mr. Dowd. We're all so worried.
Dr. Chumley then urged Harvey to go with him after Blondie's ticket in. Harvey wanted to go to Eddie's instead. While they were arguing about it, I went to the bar to order myself another drink. When I came back, they were gone.
Where did they go? I mean, where did the doctor go?
I don't know. I had a date out here with Dr. Henderson and Miss Kelly, and I was hoping that later on we might run into Harvey and the doctor and make a party of it.
So, you satisfied? You got your story. Okay, you're lying and we know it.
I never mind, Mr. Wilson.
You've done something with the doctor. I'm finding out what it is.
Gotcha. Busted.
Maybe he isn't lying, Wilson.
That's all this guy is. A bunch of lies. You two don't believe the story he tells about the doctor sitting there talking to a big white rabbit, do ya?
Maybe Dr. Chumley did go to Charlie's place.
And saw a big rabbit, I suppose.
And why not? Harvey was there. At first, the doctor seemed a little frightened of Harvey, but that gave way to admiration as the evening wore on. The evening wore on. That's a nice expression. With your permission, I'll say it again. The evening wore on.
With your permission, I'm gonna knock your teeth down your throat.
Have your two little friends you can go play with?
The nerve of this guy! He couldn't come in here with an ordinary case of the deep taste. No, he has to come in here with a 6-foot rabbit.
Everything is always is. I really must be getting that now.
Charlie's place. Is Dr. Chumley anywhere around there? He was with Mr. Dowd earlier. What? Well, don't bite my head off. That man was mad. He said Mr. Dowd was welcome there any time, but his friends were not.
That's Mr. McNulty, the bartender. He thinks a lot of me. Let's all go down there now and have a drink.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Dowd,
Yes, my dear. May I hold your hand?
if you'd like to. Mr. Chumley's so worried. Something must have happened to the doctor. Won't you try to remember something? Please.
For you, I would do anything. I would almost be willing to live my life over again. Almost. I told it all.
You're sure?
Quite sure. But ask me again anyway, won't you? I liked that one tone you had your voice just then.
So did I.
Oh, nuts.
What?
Nuts.
Oh, I must be going. I have things to do.
Mr. Dowd, what is it you do?
Well, Harvey and I sit in the bars and have a drink or two, play the jukebox. Soon, the faces of other people turn toward mine and smile. They're saying, "We don't know your name, mister, but you're a lovely fellow." Harvey and I warm ourselves in all these golden moments. We have entered as strangers, and soon we have friends. They sit with us, they drink with us, they talk to us, they tell us all the big, terrible things they have done, all the big, wonderful things they will do, their love, their hates, their fears, their regrets. All this because no one ever brings anything small into a bar. And then I introduce them to Harvey. And he is bigger, grander than anything they offered me. When they leave impressed. The same people seldom come back, but that's envy, my dear. There's a bit of envy, but that's fun. Too bad, isn't it?
Mr. Dowd, how did you happen to call him Harvey?
Harvey's his name.
And how do you know that?
Well, it was rather an interesting coincidence, Doctor. One evening, I was walking along Fairfax Street between 18th and 19th. You know that block?
Yes, yes.
I was helping Ed get into a taxi. Ed had been mixing his rye with his gin, and I felt he needed conveying. Well, I started to walk away, but then I heard a voice behind me saying, "Good evening, Mr. Dow." And I turned, and there was this great white rabbit leaning against a lamppost. Well, I thought nothing of that. Because when you lived in a town, as long as I lived in this one, you get used to the fact that everybody knows your name. Naturally, I went over to talk to him. And he said to me, "Ed Hickey is a little spiff this evening. Would I be mistaken?" Well, of course he was not mistaken. I think the world knows of Ed, but he was spiff. Well, we've been talking, and finally I said to him, "You have the advantage over me. You know my name, and I don't know yours." Right back at me, he said, "What name do you like?" I didn't even have to think a minute. Harvey has always been my favorite name. So I said Harvey. And here is the interesting part of the whole thing. He said, "What a coincidence. My name happens to be Harvey."
What was your father's name, Dad?
John Frederick.
Dad, when you were a child, you had a playmate, didn't you? Someone with whom you spent many happy, carefree hours with?
Why, yes, Doctor, didn't you?
What was his name?
Vern McElhenney. Did you ever know the McElhenneys, Doctor?
No.
Too bad. There were a lot of them, and they circulated. Nice people.
Think, Dad, was there someone, someplace, sometime, whom you knew by the name of Harvey? Was there anybody you knew with that name?
No, Doctor. No one. Maybe that's why I always had such hope for it.
Come on, Wilson, let's take him upstairs now.
I'm taking them nowhere. You've made this your show. Now run it. Let him sit here forget all about Dr. Chumley. Okay, it's your show. You run it.
Come on, Mr. Dowd. Come on, Elwood.
Very well, Lyman. But I'm afraid I won't be able to talk with you for long. I have promised Harvey I would take him to see the floor show.
Oh boy. Dr. Chumley, are you alright?
All right, of course I'm all right. I'm being followed. Lock that door.
Who's following you?
None of your business.
Dr. Chumley, how'd you get out of here? I just saw you go in there.
I climbed up through my window. Don't go, Wilson. Don't leave me.
No, doctor.
Get that man down out of here.
Yes, doctor.
Don't leave me.
What you said?
The donkey on the telephone.
Yes, doctor. Dumpy, get that guy down his clothes and get him down here right away.
Don't leave me.
Just a minute, doctor. Judge Gaffney.
I want to see Dr. Chumley.
Hi, Myrtle.
Hello. Chumley, we've got to talk to you. This thing is serious. It certainly is. More serious than you suspect. Where can we go to talk?
Then not in there.
The doctor don't want you in his office.
No, sir.
Then sit down, Dr. Chumley. Sit down, Merlin.
Sit down, Dr. Chumley. Sit down, little man. Don't go, Wilson. Don't leave me.
Now, Chumley, here are my notes, the facts. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we all can hear ya. Is that good?
Now, Chumley, has it ever occurred to you that possibly there might be something like this grabbage, Harvey?
Of course there isn't, and anyone who thinks so is crazy. Don't look at me like that.
did she say to him?
She was emphatic. The remarks are not important.
I want to know how she got this creature out of her sanitarium. I mean her home.
I hate to have you tell him, Judge. This isn't a bit like Mother.
What's Stalin? It's habit.
She looked him right in the eye and exclaimed in the heat of anger, "To hell with you!"
To hell with you! You left?
Yes, he left, but that's beside the point. The point is it perjury or is it something we can live with? I asked for your opinion.
Ruthie, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
The doctor said, disregard what I said to you this afternoon. I want you on my staff. You're a very astute young man.
Oh, Lyman, did you hear?
Oh, baby.
See you later.
Now you gotta keep Uncle Elwood out of you, Doctor.
No, I want the sanitarium the way it was before that man came out here this afternoon.
I know what you mean.
You do?
Well, it certainly gets on anyone's nerves the way Uncle Elwood knows what's gonna happen before it even happens. This morning, for instance, he told us that Harvey told him that Mrs. McElhaney's opera would drop in on her unexpectedly tonight from Cleveland.
And did she?
Oh, did she what?
En prose, did she drop in just as Harvey said she would?
Oh, those things always happen the way Uncle Elwood says they will. But what of it? What do we care about the McElhaneys?
You say this sort of thing happens often?
Yes, and isn't it silly? Uncle Elwood says Harvey tells him everything. Harvey knows everything. But how could he when there's no such thing as Harvey?
Fly specks. I've been spending my life among fly specks, while miracles are leaning on lampposts at 18th and Fairfax.
Good. Nobody here but people.
Oh, Mother, you promised you would come out here.
Well, good evening. Quarterly, I brought your Uncle Elwood's bathroom. Well, why we're all sitting here? I thought we'd be committed again.
Sit down then.
Sir, I will not sit down there.
How about you and me stepping out Saturday night, Myrtle
There is
Man?
certainly not more late. Come here.
I'm sorry.
Well, is it settled?
It will be.
Doctor, may I give an opinion?
Yes, do, by all means.
Thank you, Doctor. It is my opinion that Elwood P. Dowd is suffering from a third-degree hallucination, and the other party is the victim of autosuggestion. I recommend shock formula number 977 for Dowd, and bed rest at home for...
You do?
Yes, that's my diagnosis. After this injection, Dowd did not see that rabbit anymore. To improvement in hundreds of psychopathic cases.
Don't you call my brother a psychopathic case. There's never been anything like it in our family.
If you didn't think Uncle Elwood was psychopathic, why didn't you bring him out here?
Well, I couldn't bring him to jail, could I? Besides, this thing is not your uncle's fault. Oh, why did Harvey have to speak to him? With the town so full of people, why Elwood?
Stop putting your oar in. Keep your oar out. If this shock formula brings people back to reality, give it to us. And that's where we want Elwood.
And I'm not sure if we're going to case of this kind, Doctor.
It always has.
Harvey always follows Elwood home.
He does?
Yes. But if we gave him the formula, Elwood couldn't see Harvey. Then when he came to the door, I deal with him.
Oh, Mother, won't you stop talking about Harvey as if there's such a thing?
Oh, what a you have a lot to learn, and I hope you never learn it.
Here he is.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Elwood. I'm on to your bathroom.
Thank you, Rita.
Well, Shumley, what do we do? There's gotta be something.
Yes, he was.
Yes, Uncle Elwood.
Yes, it's imperative.
Well, we're all talking about it. Why don't we go down to Charlie's place and have a drink?
You're not going anywhere, Elwood. You stay right here.
Yes. Stay here, son. I plan to leave. You want me to stay? An element of conflict in any discussion is a good thing. It means everyone is taking part and no one is left out. I like that. So how did you get along with Harvey, Doctor? Shh. We're waiting for your answer, Doctor.
What?
What is your decision?
I must be alone with this man. Will you all please step in the other room? I'll have my diagnosis in a moment.
Do hurry, Doctor.
I will. Here, Mr. Dowd, let me give you a chair. Here, let me give you a cigar. Is there anything else I can get for you?
What do you have in mind?
Mr. Dowd, what kind of man are you? Where do you come from?
Didn't I give you one of my cards?
And where on the face of this tired old earth did you find a thing like him?
Harvey the Pickup?
And is it true that he has a function that he...
Has advance notice? I'm happy to say it does. Harvey is versatile. Harvey stop clocks.
What?
Didn't you ever hear that expression? His face stop a clock.
Yes, but why? To what purpose?
Harvey says he can look at your clock and stop it, and you can go away as far as you like, as long as you like, with anyone you like, and when you come back, not 1 minute will tick by.
Did you mean that he actually...
Einstein has overcome time and space. Harvey has overcome not only time and space, but any objection.
There's news for you.
He's willing to at any time, but so far I've never been able to think of any place I'd rather be. I always have a wonderful time just where I am, whoever I'm with. I'm having a fine time right now with you, Doctor. Corona, Corona.
I know where I go.
Where?
I go to Akron.
Akron.
There's a cottage camp outside Akron in a grove of maple trees. Cool, green, beautiful.
My favorite tree.
I go there with a pretty young woman. No, a strange woman. No, a quiet woman.
Under a tree?
I wouldn't even want to know her name. I would just be Mr. Brown.
Why wouldn't you want to know her name? You might be acquainted with the same people.
And I'd send up for cold beer. I would tell her things I've told and never sold. Things locked up in here. Then I'd send up for more cold beer.
No whiskey?
Beer is better.
Maybe under a tree, but she might like a highball.
I wouldn't even let her talk to me, but as I spoke to her, I wanted to reach out a soft little white hand and stroke my hair and say, poor thing, oh you poor thing.
I can't help but feel you're making a mistake in not allowing that woman to talk. If she gets around enough, she might have picked up some interesting little news out of it. And I can't help but feel that you're making a mistake. With all that beer and no whiskey.
Cold beer at Akron and one last fling. God, man.
You think you'd like to lie down for a while?
No. May I ask, could he do this for me?
He could, and he might. Never heard Harvey say a word against Akron. By the way, Doctor, where is Harvey?
Well, why? Don't you know?
Last time I saw him, he was with you.
Ah,
Oh, he's probably waiting for you down at Charlie's.
yeah, that's it. He's done at Charlie's.
Well, excuse me, Doctor.
No, Mr. Dow, not in there.
Oh, I couldn't believe without saying goodbye to my friend, Dr. Sanderson.
Dr. Sanderson is not your friend. None of those people in there are your friends. I am your friend.
Well, thank you, Doctor. I'm your friend.
The sister of yours, she's at the bottom of this conspiracy against you. She's trying to persuade me to lock you up. Then she has your commitment papers drawn up, she has your power of attorney, she has the key to your safety box. I mean, she brought you out here.
She did all that in a day? My sister is certainly a whirlwind.
God, man, don't you have any righteous indignation?
Doctor, for years, my mother told me, in this world, Elwood, she always called me Elwood. In this world, Elwood, you can either be oh so smart or oh so pleasant. For years, I was smart. I recommend pleasant. You may quote me.
Just the same, I will protect you if it means I have to commit her. Do you want me to do that?
Oh, no, Doctor. Not unless Vita wanted it that way. Not that you don't have a nice place out here. I just think that Vita would be happier at home with me and Harvey and Colonel May. Miss Kelly, diviner grace has never brightened this enchanting face. Omnibus mythology. My dear, you will never look lovelier.
And I'll never be happier. I just know it.
Well,
I wonder if I'll be able to remember any more of that poem.
Say, maybe this rabbit gag's a good one. Kelly never kissed me.
Well, Ovid's always been my favorite poet.
Okay, pal, you're discharged. This way out.
well, listen, take your hands off that man.
What?
Apologize to Mr. Dow.
Apologize to him. This guy with the 6-foot rabbits?
Apologize.
I apologize. This is the door.
If I leave, I'll remember.
Mr. Dow, do women often come up to you and kiss you just like Kelly did?
Every once in a while,
Yes?
I encourage it too.
To hell with decency. I've got to
Doctor, you read my diagnosis?
Yes, I do. Call them all in.
Thank you. Mrs. Simmons, Judge Gaffney, will you step in here for a moment, please?
Well, is it settled?
I find I concur with Dr. Sanderson. Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a relief.
Good boy. Well, let's celebrate. I've got some bars listed on the back of this book.
This objection carries a violent reaction. We can't give it to him without his consent. Will he give it?
Of course he will. If I ask him.
For this rabbit, I doubt it.
Don't ask him, just give it to him. Go on.
Never Betty's driving.
Edward, Betty's driving. We should telephone for a table. How many of us will there be, Rita? Oh, Edward!
Mr. Dowd, I have a formula for you. Number 977. It'll be good for you. Will you take it?
Elwood, you won't see this driving anymore.
You will see your responsibilities, your duty.
Well, I'm sure if we thought of it, Doctor, it must be a very fine thing. I'll be sure to recommend it to anyone who needs it. As for myself, I wouldn't care for it. You hear that, John? You hear that, Doctor? This is what we have to put up with! Rita, do you want me to take this? I would. I'm only thinking of you. You're my brother, and I've known you for years. I would do anything for you. That Harvey wouldn't do anything for you. He's making a fool out of you, Elwood. Don't be a fool. Oh, I know. Well, you could amount to something. You could be sitting on the Western Slow Water Board right now if you'd only go over and ask them. All right, Vita. That's what you want. Harvey and I will go over tomorrow and ask them. Tomorrow? I never want to see another tomorrow. Not if Marley and I have to keep living in that house with that rabbit. Our friends never come to see us. We've no social life. We've no life at all. We're both miserable. I wish I were dead, but maybe you don't care. I've always felt that Vita should have everything she needs. Vita, are you sure? I'll take it. Where do I go?
Dr. Sanderson, Dr. Dowd.
I'll be here in a moment.
How do you follow I said goodbye?
How long will this take, Doctor?
Just a few minutes. Why don't you wait?
Well,
Dr. Sanderson said it will only take a few minutes.
No, Mother, don't fidget.
Oh, how can I know it?
Mother, you see me in a house built made of this material?
Yes, dear, but let me get a good night's sleep first.
come in. What do you want?
I'm looking for a little short. Other people. Lady, you took down that house without paying.
I forgot, I'm sorry. How much is it?
All the way out here from town, $2.75.
275. I'm sworn I. Mark, do you have any money?
I spent that money Uncle Elwood gave me for a new haircut for the party.
Dad, you do have 275 by card. Pay this man.
Sorry, nothing but a check.
We don't take checks.
I know.
Oh, Dr. Chumley, do you happen to have 275 I can borrow to pay this cab driver?
Don't have my wallet on me. No time to get it now. I have to get off this objection. Sorry.
Well, I'll have to support you for my brother, but he's in there getting an injection right now, so it'll only take a few minutes.
You're gonna get my money from your brother, and he's gonna cut some of that stuff they shot here?
Yes, but it'll only be a few minutes.
Lady, I want my money now.
I told you, it'll only be a few minutes. And besides, I wanted to take a night time anyways.
And I told you, I want my money now, or I'm nosing the cab back to town, and you can wait for the bus at 6 in the morning.
Well, of all the pig-headed stubborn things!
I should say so.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing that 275 won't fix. You heard me. Take it or leave it.
I've never heard of anything so ungrateful in my life. Dr. Shumley, would you let Elwood out there for a minute? This cab driver won't wait. Elwood, dear, I came off of that line point first. Would you please give 275 to this cab driver? But don't give him any more. He's been very rude.
How do you do? Now you mind it. Elwood P. Lockford's mine. EJ.
you, Mr. Lofgren. This is my sister, Mrs. Simmons, my charming little niece, Myrtle May Simmons, our lawyer, Judge Daphne, and Dr. Jones. Hi. Do you live around here, Mr. Lofgren? Yeah, I've lived around here all my life. Do you enjoy your work? It's okay. I've been driving for the Apex cab for 15 years. My brother Joe's been driving for the Ground cab for 80 years. Well, you drive for Apex and your brother Joe for Browns. That's interesting, isn't it, Vita? Mr. Lofgren, let me give you one of my cards. My sister and my charming little niece and I live here at this address. Won't you and your brother join us sometime for dinner? Sure, be glad to. When would you be glad to? I couldn't come any night but Tuesday. I'm on duty all rest of the week. Well, you must come on Tuesday then. We'll expect you and be delighted to see you, won't we, Vita? Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure this man has friends of his own. One can't have too many friends, Vita. And let's leave Dr. Charlie waiting. It's rude, of course. Here you are. Keep the change. Well, I have to go now, but I'll expect you on Tuesday and be delighted to see you with your brother. Will you excuse me now? Sure. A sweet guy. Certainly. You could just as well have waited. Oh no, listen here, lady. I've been driving this route for 15 years. I've gone out here to get that stuff, and I've gone back after the cab. It changed them. Well, I certainly hope so. And you ain't kidding. On the way out here, they sit back, they enjoy the ride. They talk to me. Sometimes we stop to look at the birds. Sometimes we stop to look at the sunsets. Sometimes we stop to look at the birds when there ain't no birds, and the sunsets when it's raining. We always have a swell time. And I always get a big tip. But afterwards, oh! No, afterwards, oh, what do you mean afterwards, oh? They crowd. They yell at me to watch the brakes, the lights, the intersections. They scream at me to hurry. They have no faith in me or my brother. Yeah, we're going over this same cab, the same driver, we're going back over the same road. It's no fun, no tips. Well, my brother would have tipped you anyway. He's very generous, always has been. Not after this, he won't. After this, he'll be a perfectly normal human being. You know what bastards they are. Then I mentioned it. I'll wait. We'll just have him order stop and let him out of there. You can't do that. Dr. Kelly's giving the injection. I don't care. I don't want Ellen. I don't want Ellen like that. I don't like people like that. Don't do anything with this judge. Mother, stop it. You shut up. I have more father than you have. I remember my mother. I remember your mother. I remember.
What's this? What's all this commotion?
What's the problem, doctor? She sounded off again?
She wants to stop the injection.
Oh, you haven't given it to him already, have you, Doctor?
No, we're ready. Wilson, take this and send it away.
Take your hands off me, you wet slave, are you?
You don't know what you want. You didn't want to grab it either.
And what's wrong with Harvey? If Ellen and Merle and I would have lived with Harvey, it's nothing to you. We don't even have to come around. It's our business. Ellen! Oh, Ellen!
There, Vita. Vita's all tired out. She's done a lot today.
I'm not giving up my have your own way. I'm not giving up my game to the club again, no matter how big the animal is.
Come on, Ellen. Let's get out of here. I hate this place. I wish I'd never seen it.
But see here.
It's whatever Vita says, Doctor.
Now that's funny. My coin purse. I could have paid that cab driver myself. Harvey! Come along, Ellen! Come on, Renee! Hurry up!
Well, goodbye, Dr. Chumley. Goodbye, Mr. Wilson.
Come along, Ellen!
Doctor, for years I've known that my family thinks of Harvey. But I have often wondered, what does Harvey's family think of me? Oh, there you are! Oh, doctor, do you mind? You're standing in his way. Where have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere.
What the hell was that?